Meek Mill is incapable of controlling his emotion. Oh, I have proof. Don't worry, I can back it up. So a couple weeks ago, Meek Mill and Rick Ross dropped an album together. Overall, not a bad release. I liked a lot of the tracks. I think if you already like Meek Mill, this is going to be in your rotation for a little bit. Rick Ross brings the elegance as always. Shaquille O'Neal has a feature on there, and I still believe that he is the best rapper hooper alive. But Meek Mill had to be Meek Mill and said something about the album release, of course. And it honestly had me scratching my head. I'm going to read the screen for those of y'all who's not watching. Meek Mill cannot type for the life of him. And I quote, it says, me and Ross on pace to sell 35K first week. I would post if it said 350K. I'm too nice and rich to be rapping in a controlled music environment. That's why we dropping music on Fridays. It doesn't make sense. Now we own, you see, I'm trying to course correct. Now we all own our music. We getting the tech built to put people on our own musical subscriptions, and we gonna let direct to consumers see if rap if doing well. Nigga, are you doing text to speech? You can't proofread this motherfucker first before you press send? God damn. But really though, it got me thinking, does this man actually believe what he is saying, or is someone on his team blowing that much smoke up this nigga ass for him to believe that he's gonna do 350K first week? So you thought you were gonna do better than Championships? That's his most commercially successful album, and I would venture to say, I would argue that that album is only as big because one, it's on streaming, and streaming is not the same as pure album sales. Don't let these niggas try to fool you, bro. And it had Going Bad on it, which is your biggest song. That's not a street song, and it's your biggest song by far, and Drake carried you on there.
Bring the clip back, empties. You asked to see the ball.
And I'm pretty sure that is the song that y'all did directly after y'all's beef ended. Do y'all remember how that started? It started because Drake didn't tweet out his album, and because of that, Meek thought it would be fitting to expose that Drake has ghostwriter. Let me reiterate, a man lost his job and was probably blackballed from the industry because Meek Mill is too emotional. Not only is that pretty much industry standard to have a ghostwriter at this point, but you have them on your own team. Most people nowadays do not care if you have a ghostwriter. The issue comes up when you act like you don't have one and it comes out that you do. All these songs, these jingles are not made by one person, people. People do this for a living. Rick Ross writes other people's songs.
You know something about Rose. So I've been, obviously y'all know I'm a dinosaur. I've been doing this for a long fucking time. Rose was the pen. When I mean a pen, he wrote the songs to so many songs that y'all are singing today that he's not on them. He's not on them. They're done by superstars.
And I won't speak on
them. We won't speak on them because we both have done such a thing.
Spotify made it a lot easier to see who is writing these songs now. So you did all of that, all this beef going back and forth, and then at the end didn't even respond because you can't control yourself, man. And then you're a hypocrite because the person that you are signed to is a ghostwriter. Go look at a couple of Meek songs, especially recently. You'll see 1 or 2 niggas on the actual song and like 4 people in the credits for writing. And then when they do get caught, they say, oh, well, you know, cause of split sheet, if they supply one word, nigga, you know damn well he ain't supply one word. This has been going on for a long time. Go back to your favorite R&B song from like the 90s, early 2000s, and go look and see who's in the writing credits. You'll be shocked. But yeah, the nigga with the ghostwriter gave you your biggest song by far. Let's get another example. Y'all remember when he was beefing with Academics?
I could tell you for a fact, that dude, what's his name, Pound Side Pop? Nigga, they offered me money to post. I said, yo, you know what I told him? I said, I'm into it with me.
He couldn't wait to say that name.
If that spill over to the streets and blood spill on my side to one of my families, I'm going to have to do no choice but to attack you because you are a threat. Do you understand that?
Guess why that started? It's because Academics didn't post his album. You cannot make this shit up. And do you want to know why Academics didn't post his album? Because Meek Mill and his friends are a bunch of fucking bullies. So basically what happened was Academics was posting Meek Mill and the Dream Chasers, but it wasn't the way that they wanted. So they told this nigga that they were gonna give him a fucking wedgie. A grown man. They scared this man so bad to where he called the police because Meek Mill put a green light on him, which he should have.
Academics. If we was in a room and you was talking to me like that and you screaming like that, that would not take place. What you doing right now, what you doing on the internet, the way you do it, is like not a realistic thing. Like
civilians should not feel bad about calling the police on these bullies, bro. They'll only do this to other black men. They won't do this to old Cody who lives down the road. They only do this to our people because they know we're less likely to call the police and they can continue to abuse all of us in the neighborhood. But anyway, don't get me started on that.
The young niggas from my hood, he would never post them. He only posting them because he coming at me. So that's a blatant sight. Like, he not posting them because he like their music or he want to support them.
Right, yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's
academics.
I want to clarify that I do agree with what Meek Mill is saying right here. Academics clearly did those things to agitate Meek Mill. But also, why did he start doing that, Meek? This didn't just happen randomly. And I also would have left this alone if this didn't directly tie into another point that I have, which just adds to the narrative of him being a huge hypocrite. 21 Savage was the one that ended that beef. Good job, 21. Let's keep going. This was earlier this month. These next couple ones are all from this month. So he goes on Instagram and lo and behold, puts another green light on another black man being Trippie Redd. Now for this one, I don't feel as bad because all these guys, they act like gang members and set Trip online, but then when they get in person, they be locking up. On the surface, this looks like Meek Mill would have a very valid point, right? But then when you dive into it, again, he's being a huge hypocrite. So this all started when Trippie did a song with a rapper by the name of Poundside Pop. Poundside Pop, who is also from Philly, just like Meek Mill, was going to be signed to him but turned it down, and for a while they had a pretty good relationship. Time goes on and Meek Mill ends up liking a post from one of Poundside Pop's ops. Poundside Pop confronts Meek Mill about this in Clubhouse.
But at the end of the day, what you doing is you're provoking it, because how he feel is, damn, Meek my man, I fuck with Meek. But why Meek liking this bull picture, and why Meek following this bull, and why Meek is in it and fucking
but
with
why the fuck?
And then Meek Mill says this, which I kind of agree.
He is out of zone. He's way out of zone because Meek is a big dog. And I like
But
all
it's not,
types of...
though,
Listen, let me tell you this, though. Listen, see,
you
look, just stop for a second, because, look, this is where Philly get embarrassing at. We talking about me liking somebody's pictures and me actually taking my time, my heart coming back down to the ghetto trying to pull somebody up. I like the same pictures that Leaf Ward got beef with niggas. All types of niggas got beef. You think they worrying about what pictures of? Listen though, who is this talking?
This is Omar Teagle Jr.
Your dad is a rat. You a pussy. You come from Delaware.
And you would have been good if you had stood on that. You would have been good. Meek Mill basically says, I'm not from either one of y'all's gangs. I should be able to like whatever picture I want. I'm not choosing a side. That's not what this is about. After this, Meek Mill and Poundside Pop fall out. Then we pick back up with Trippie Redd befriending Poundside Pop and having that song with him.
I go to heaven, I committed sin. We come from that block, we weren't born to win.
Meek Mill takes it upon himself and his emotions to unfollow Trippie Redd off the strength of that. Trippie Redd sees this, people blow it up in the media. You know how it goes. People put a battery in your back about something that's so small. I don't even know how they can tell if people are unfollowing people. But Trippie Redd responds,
niggas unfollow you when they see you with the ops. And listen though, it should have been that same energy when you was fucking with them little niggas. You was fucking with their ops at the same time, cornball.
This is a horrible idea on Trippie Redd's part too. That's my opinion. That's why I don't feel as bad about this one. But the hypocrisy lies in this. You just told that man that it shouldn't matter who he's beefing with. You can do a song, you can like post from whoever you want because you're not involved in that. But then you go and do something like this and you went off on Trippie Redd. And the feud that Poundside Pop had with his ops is not like, that was like for real a blood feud. Like bodies were behind that. But you know, I expect nothing less from old Meek Mill. Now Meek Mill may have the opportunity to redeem himself one day. Maybe he'll grow out of threatening other black men while letting white men make him bunny hop on a tennis court.
Why are you doing bunny hops, Meek? Because you got your ass beat in tennis. You got your ass beat. Keep going. Count out loud. That's the wrong time. Count out loud.
I hope so. A good first step is to uphold his promise that he made. So again, if you're not looking at the screen, I say about a week ago or so, Snoop Dogg put out a post saying that he was going to stop smoking, and the internet went fucking crazy. A bunch of other rappers were talking about how they were going to stop smoking too because this can't be good for us. Meek Mill was one of them. I'll read you what he said. He said, I'm gonna go to Dubai and completely stop smoking. I'ma follow Snoop. My doctor said I got a little bit emphysema in my chest, in a chest. If I don't stop smoking, it cuts my lifeline in half. I was addicted to the nicotine, and this new weed got too many chemicals and too risky to play with my mental. Now that sounds great, right? That sounds real good. Good for you, bro, putting your health first. Well, a couple of days after that, it came out that Snoop Dogg did not actually stop smoking. It was an ad for a smokeless fire pit. Yep, a smokeless fire pit. Now, I hope he does not embarrass himself in this way. If you come back from Dubai and you stop smoking, good on you, bro. If you don't, then you got to admit that you a monkey see, monkey do ass nigga. To me, that's a pretty good reason. I don't want to cut my lifeline in half. Live longer, bro. But if you come back and you don't, you got to admit you're not a real boss like Ricky Rose. That was a horrible Rick Ross impression. I'm so sorry. But yeah, check out that album. Did y'all know that their names are Robert Williams and William Roberts? That's crazy, bro. What are the chances of that? I think I might do a video on Rick Ross. That nigga's funny as hell, man. Y'all be safe.